Hello students. So today's topic is digestion and absorption. So this deals with the breaking. Digestion means breaking down of whatever we eat, the material in a complex form. Mostly whatever we eat, those are composed many type of macromolecules. That means these are the larger in size or the content of this material or this molecules are actually made up of so many atoms, so many elements, so many groups. Okay, so these are needed to be broken down because the only broken down form or the simpler form of these foods are many type of biomolecules can be absorbed through the intestinal tract or the layer of the intestine. So that's why we need to break it, right? So and the next one is the absorption. So the broken down or the simpler form of the macromolecules. Okay, macromolecules we need to absorb those, then only we can have the some type of effects or the action inside our body. That means inside the blood vessels, blood in the blood or the human brain cell or whatever cells we have inside our body that is needed, that are in need of some type of molecules. Okay, biomolecules that will help to regulate or maintain the flow of bioprocesses. Okay, so first of all, in the case of digestion, we have some system, means some organs regulated and controlled, coordinated to keep this process going. Okay, so these are involved, whatever the organs involved in the digestion are known as digestive systems. So as a whole, we can see the most common part of digestive system is the alimentary canal. So we go further. So here you can see the alimentary canal is starting from the mouth itself. Okay, oral part. So inside the oral mouth part there are many type of teeth, right? There are, so these teeth are in the many form. Means what happens in the time of childhood, we have some different type of arrangement of the teeth, and in the adult form this is different. So in case of adult, this is so as it is changing, the arrangement and the number of teeth is changing from the childhood to adulthood. That's why we say it as the diphyodont. So we need to remember this term, diphyodont. This refers to the changes, okay, in the childhood and adulthood. This is one form of arrangement or the number of teeth. That's okay. So next another term is thecodont. So thecodont, actually what happens, the teeth whatever we have that are embedded, okay, that are embedded in a socket of jaw bone. That's why it is known as thecodont. Okay, so embedded in a socket of jaw bone, we can see easily when we open our mouth and see on the mirror. You can see yours too. Okay, so this is because of the thecodont. Okay, each teeth is embedded in a socket of jaw bone. Okay, that's why it is thecodont. And diphyodont already discussed. Okay, so there are okay, wait for a second. Okay, four type of teeth. Okay, so incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisor, canine, premolar and molar. ICPM means premolar and molar means M. Okay, so here this one 2 1 2 3 we need to remember. Actually, what is the meaning of 2 1 2 3? So we need to remember the sequence 2 1 2 3. Okay, so 2 1 2 3 means incisor is 2, canine is 1, incisor, canine, premolar 2 and molar 3. So this is the arrangement, half of the each side. Means we have two jaw. Okay, upper and lower part. So upper part is having 16 teeth, lower part is having 16 teeth. Now this lower part or upper part can be further divided into left and right. So each left side or right side is having this sequence, means 2 incisor canine. So on canine, premolar is 2 and molar is 3. So 2 on 2 3. So how many teeth? 2 on 2 3 means 3 3 6 2, 8. So 8 in each side, left side and right side. So 8 8 16, and 16 in the upper part and as well as lower part. So 16 into 2 means 32. So we have total 32 number of teeth. Okay, so arrangement here it is not showing. Okay, so we need to remember this sequence: 2 1 2 3, incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Okay. Okay, now you can see the alimentary canal system is showing here. Okay, is shown. So here, starting from the oral cavity, mouth part is there. So there are two types of glands: sublingual or submaxillary, and another is parotid gland. So these are having different type of activity. After that, that mouth part, pharynx portion is there. Pharynx is the empty space where mouth joint and the next part, that is esophagus is also joined. Another thing, eustachian tube that is coming from the ear is also opening on the this pharynx part. So we have nasopharynx, means nasal cavity from coming from the nasal cavity, nasopharynx. Oropharynx means oral cavity from mouth part, esophagus part, and another is the eustachian tube that is coming from the ear. Okay, so after esophagus, it is the stomach, J-shaped structure you can see, and this is the main major part where the digestion of the protein occurs. Okay, after that it is then jejunum, ileum, then ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and through anus it is completing. Okay, and besides these we have liver, gallbladder. I will discuss each of them. Okay, so next, so here you can see the J-shaped. Okay, here only this is showing the type of teeth. So this is because thecodont is because socket of jaw, thecodont, you can see socket of jaw, teeth are embedded inside the socket of jaw, that's why thecodont that is done. And diphyodont because of the adulthood and the childhood. And another thing is this, you can see incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Incisor is starting from the front side of our mouth. Okay, so incisor, canine, premolar and molar means we are going to the back side. Okay, back side of our mouth. So incisor, canine, premolar and molar, 2 1 2 3. Okay, so you understood, I think so. So this one, so here stomach part is described here, but we need to have the figure. Wait, so this, so see here stomach is shown. So it is simple. Esophagus is opening into the stomach, and duodenum is starting after ending the stomach. So superior portion of duodenum you can see. So another thing is the part of the stomach. So now we need to remember the fundus part, that is the uppermost part of the stomach. Okay, so fundus in case of uterus structure also, ureter. Okay, uterus, in case of uterus structure also we have fundus structure, right? So then after that, after fundus it is cardiac. So how it is cardiac? Because just beside just back to this location, the stomach portion, we have that cardiac muscle or the heart. Okay, that's why cardiac part. So after that, body part you can see very easily. And pyloric, so pyloric is the ending part, fundus is the starting part, cardiac is the cardiac side, heart side, and body is the middle side. Okay, so these are the structure we need to remember about stomach. So this is done already, I think so. So wait for a second. Okay, fundy body. Okay, so from the structure it is more easier to remember and understand the structures. Okay, so next one is the inside the intestine. So what is happening? So intestine is having basically a layer, okay, that layer is composed of many type of tissues which helps in the absorption as well as the secretion of some type of enzymes that are needed for the digestion of the food whatever we eat. Okay, so now we can see in the stomach itself, not only stomach, other parts of alimentary canal also, we have three type of layers. So first is the mucosa. Okay, so mucosa is the actually mucus secreting cells are there. So mucus, usually we can see if we take some part of intestine, we will be able to see that there are some form of mucus inside the intestinal tract. So that is secreted by the mucosa layer. After that, when we go in deeper structure, then we have submucosa. Okay, so submucosa is having some form of blood vessels as well. Okay, so this is some form of rigid structure, but you can you can see very easily that submucosa layer is having some type of rugy structure, means some extension or projections are there. Those projections are known as villi. Okay, so inside that is the lumen, the free space. Okay, so submucosa is done. So after submucosa there is a smooth layer. Okay, so two muscularis layer. So muscularis maybe two type, inner circular and outer longitudinal. So what is happening? Inner circular means circularly located or arranged these type of tissues, that is muscular. Okay, after that we have outer longitudinal. Okay, so circular, you can see circle type of structure. Okay, it is circulating around the lumen type of structure, you can see, but in case of longitudinal it is going up down. Okay, structure, so that's why it is written so, you can see the difference. Okay, so after that last one is the serosa layer. Okay, so first is a mucosa, then submucosa, after that there is muscularis layer. Okay, that is further divided into two. Muscularis means one is the circular, that is first part, and another one is the longitudinal. Okay, so longitudinal, then after that serosa layer is there. Okay, so next one, so you can see the zoom in structure. Okay, so here we can see the rugae, whatever I said, that is the villi. Actually you can see, you should imagine now that food whatever we took, that is inside the alimentary canal, that is broken down into simpler form, that is carbohydrate, protein, fat are broken down to some form of glucose, some types of disaccharides. Okay, monosaccharides from carbohydrate, from protein it is amino acid or some type of peptides or peptones. Okay, for fat it is fatty acid and glycerol. So now we need to absorb these materials into our blood system. So blood circulation is needed through the first layer of the intestine. So that is from where we can do so. So this is the villi structure. Okay, and another thing is lacteal. We need to remember this lacteal part actually mainly absorbs the fatty layer or fat contents whatever we ate. Okay, so from fat content, lacteal is the blood vessel type of structure which absorbs mostly fatty type of compounds. Okay, so capillaries, now capillaries are the actually blood flowing, because we need some form of energy also. These are the a form of tissue. So villi is tissue, so tissue is every tissue or every cells we need to have some form of energy source that is supplied by the capillaries. Okay, after that artery is very simple. So crypts of liver cone, so scientist liver cone observed this structure, that's why it is known as crypts of liver cone. So crypts of liver cone is nothing but the incorporation or the embedded part of the villi inside. Okay, inside, so that is the crypts of liver cone, that is some form of more projections towards inside the mucosa layer. Okay, mucosa and submucosa layer. So that is known as crypts of liver cone. Okay, so next one, so now we are going to digestive glands. So this I will cover in the next lecture. So thank you all.